pushing my camera. Where is the kid now? Where's that?
Members of the party, and I particularly want to welcome one of the founding fathers of this party and the former chairman of the party, who we haven't seen in this hall for a very long time, but is here with us. Our own very Senator Amadou Ali. You are welcome to your house. Distinguished gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to welcome all of you back to this hall. Precisely on the 31st of May, the presidential candidate wrote to me as chairman of the National Working Committee to set in motion the process of assisting him to get a suitable running mate. The National Working Committee met and decided to set up a committee made up of 17 distinguished members of the party, drawn from the National Working Committee, the Governors Forum, the former Governors Forum, the Board of Trustees, and the National Assembly. The committee was headed by the Deputy Chairman North, Ambassador Umar Damagum. Within 1 day of sitting, they finished their assignment and reported back to the National Working Committee. The committee recommended 3 names to us, and we transmitted those 3 names to the candidates. Contrary to all the speculations in the social media, the National Working Committee or the party didn't select one name for the candidate. The choice of running mate who will be working with him is largely his. But he graciously consulted every arm of the party, which is how it should be. And the party has made inputs, narrowed it down to 3 people for him to select. Also, I want to clarify one misrepresentation in the social media. Throughout the committee's meeting, there was no voting. The committee did not vote throughout their sitting. It was all by consensus. The 3 distinguished personalities whose names were forwarded to the candidate were selected on their own merit, on their contribution to the party, on their suitability based on certain criteria which was clearly set out. So even I, as the chairman sitting here, I had no input whatsoever. We left it to the committee. And we want everybody to know that the candidate himself, an experienced politician, I'm sure he has gone through that list, and he will therefore announce his decision to all of us, to the whole party and all Nigerians. So, Mr. President, in the waiting, we are happy to welcome you and to invite you to let us know who will be our next vice president.
Careful with this government.
Dr. Ifeanyi, the Chairman Board of Trustees, the House Leader, members of the National Working Committee, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin once more commending our great party for organizing and concluding arguably the best and rancor-free convention in the history of our party, which produced me as our flag bearer for the next year's presidential election. Once more, I commend my fellow aspirants in that contest. I thank them for their sportsmanship. They put up spirited fights because they cared and care for our country. I have personally gone around to thank them and to seek their cooperation for the struggle ahead. Party unity is critical, not only for us to prosecute a winning campaign, but also to provide good governance that our country seriously deserves and our people earnestly yearn for. The task of winning the coming elections will be a tough one, and we must not take anything for granted. With the convention behind us, we have arrived at the stage of me to pick a running mate because this is a joint ticket. I am very happy to announce today that I have reached that decision on that. In arriving at the decision, I held wild consultations with various stakeholders in our party, including our governors, National Working Committee, Board of Trustees, and other leaders to seek their inputs and their wisdom. In these consultations, I made clear that my running mate would have the potential to succeed me at a moment's notice. That is, a president in waiting. In other words, the person must have the qualities to be a president. The person must have an appreciation of the deep rot which our country has been put into by the rudderless APC government, understands the great suffering that most of our people are going through and the urgency of relieving them of that suffering, understands the critical importance of economic growth and development to provide our young people with jobs, hope, and a pathway to good living. The person must appreciate the critical importance of education in the development of modern societies, so we can prepare our young people to be able to compete in the increasingly competitive and globalized world. My running mate must understand that without security, development will be very difficult because local and foreign investors who have been scared away already will not return to invest in our economy. Thus, my running mate be a person who will stand by me as I confront the frightening level of insecurity in our land. As you know, the APC government went to sleep as huge swaths of our country's territory fell into the deadly hands of gangs of criminals, including those masquerading as freedom fighters or pastoralists, while our genuine pastoralists are unable to go about their business. I am one of them. The costs in precious human lives and properties have been enormous. My running mate must also not only symbolize the imperative of reuniting our country, but also be able to work with me to achieve that objective. This is because a united Nigeria is potentially stronger, more prosperous, and more secure country, able to lead Africa and give hope to the black race. In addition, my running mate has to be someone who is not afraid to speak his mind and give honest advice and be my side as I work very hard to reverse the destructive impact of the past 7 years of the APC government. In the United States of America, from where we borrowed key aspects of our current presidential system, a running mate is used to balance the ticket, complement the candidate, and after victory, assist the president with governance. Sometimes a candidate is chosen who generates a buzz and adds huge excitement to the campaign. But today in Nigeria, we face huge challenges which leave us little room for drama. We have to win the elections and get to work immediately. My running mate has to be ready to start working with me from day one in addressing our country's challenges. I will not accept anything less. That is why I promise the governors of our party that my running mate will come from one among them. Our current challenges call for a government that is highly focused and disciplined. I have sought for the support, guidance, and counsel of the PDP in selecting a befitting running mate who meets all or most of the qualities enumerated above. The wise men and strategy put together by our NWC have gone fishing and brought home an enviable group of awesome politicians that surpasses these qualities. Every one of the recommended persons is a fit and proper individual to hold this office. While this makes me marvel at the bundle of talents that abounds in our party, it also compounded my task of choosing a single person from among them. Let me therefore pay tribute to my party, and most especially to all those that made the short list that must now be narrowed down to a single person. They are all dedicated party men suitable for this task. I wish all the recommended persons could be announced today as my running mates. Unfortunately, only one must be chosen. It is a difficult decision that I am called upon to take, but I'm not afraid of taking difficult decisions. But as someone hoping to lead a complex country such as ours, tough and difficult decisions will remain a part of my everyday life. Let me therefore start this momentous journey with a crucial decision about who among the eminently qualified shortlists will be my running mate. Accordingly, let me state that the person I have chosen as my running mate possesses those identified qualities. He personifies not only the seriousness the current moment represents for our country, but also the future that our young people yearn for and also deserve. He is a serving governor who has demonstrated in his state and through his conduct that governance is about service to the people. I know that he will not only add excitement to our already energized ticket and campaign, but will also help to bring focus, discipline, and stability to our government come 2023. I am pleased, therefore, to announce here my choice of running mate who will help to lead us to victory next year, not only in the presidential election, but also in the governorship and legislative elections. And he will be by my side as I work hard every day to provide our people with security, revive our economy, improve education, and unite our country. He has both legislative and executive experiences. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the ticket the next Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. Thank you very much. Please be seated. I have not finished my address. Thank you very much. Please be seated. You know him to be a fighter. You know him to care about winning. You know him to care about good governance. And you know him to care about our people. Now, my dear friends, let's do the disciplined hard work necessary to win this election. Let's go. Thank you very much.
There's still an activity. Thank you very much. Please settle down. Please settle down.
I congratulate His Excellency Vice President Ifeanyi Okowa, and it's my pleasure and honor to present to you this INEC form, which you will complete and return to us today. We congratulate you on behalf of the party, and we wish ourselves victory in the next election. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will also, on the last note,
our great party and the candidate of the People's Democratic Party and by the grace of God, the incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, members of the National Working Committee, former presiding officers of the National Assembly here present. Oh, sorry. I've just seen three of my colleagues here. The governors of Akwa Ibom, Bauchi State and Edo State. I thank all of you for being here at this very event. Our leaders of our great party, including our women, our men, and our youths, gentlemen of the press. First, I must give thanks to God for this day. And I want to appreciate the party for having a very successful convention. And I thank the national chairman and his team, and the chairman of the convention committee for giving us a convention that everybody could definitely say it was free and fair, and we came out more united than people ever thought. I want to thank you, sir, for all that you've done through this very period. The party has been troubled, but I thank God that you were able, with your team, the National Working Committee, to steer the party through this period, and we have produced a very experienced candidate who can take back Nigeria in a rescue mission and ensure that we are able to begin the rebuilding process of this nation right from May 29, 2023. We must thank God for that. Mr. President, sir in waiting, I must truly thank you for finding me worthy to be on this ticket. I do know that it was a very tough decision, even as you have spoken this afternoon. But I thank God that amongst my very qualified colleagues, even those more qualified than myself, that I found favor, and I'm here today as the vice presidential candidate of the party. While thanking you, sir, I do understand there's a great work that is ahead of us. But I know that God has designed this to be, and that by the special grace of God, we will work hard to ensure victory for the party. There is no doubt that there is a great work ahead of each and every one of us. The build back process is going to be collective. And we are trusting that all our party members will want to be part of that story at the end of the day. The story, which will obviously be positive and will yield positive results, will require that each and every one of us must support our principle as we move forward in the next few months, and that we will, at the end, win the elections with a landslide victory. And in doing so, we must create in ourselves a new self, a new approach to political issues, a new commitment, which I believe we all yearn for. It will require a lot of commitment from each and every one of us. It will require the unity of each and every one of us in our various wards, in our various local governments and states. We need the PDP to return to power. We have answers to the questions. because I've had the opportunity of going through our candidate's book, and I hope each and every one of us will take time to go through it. My Covenant with Nigeria. It's something worth studying. It's something put together which I don't think the other presidential candidates of other parties have been able to put together. You need to go through it. You'll find the solutions to our problems in that document. And I must appreciate our presidential candidate publicly for making this happen early enough. Many people are out there speaking to Nigerians based on social media reports, but he has taken time to understudy Nigeria because of the experience that he has had in the past, and he has been able to profess solutions, and I believe that we definitely, by the special grace of God, will take on the elections and win landslide. I am privileged to be on this ticket, and by the special grace of God, with the national chairman leading us, it will be well with our party. Please, let's join hands together to work with our principle to ensure that we win the elections landslide. Once again, I want to thank Mr. President in waiting for finding me worthy to be on the ticket. I want to thank the party for accepting that I be on this ticket. I thank my colleagues because I know that they have a lot of role to play moving forward. God bless us all. PDP, power to the people.
Thank you very much, sir.
And in accepting so, I want to pledge that I'm going to stay loyal and committed to the course of this battle, and it's a battle that God has gone ahead of us. God bless us all.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.